The teacher, whose arrest at a Vermilion Parish School Board meeting is still being viewed worldwide, is speaking for the first time.
My voice was silenced during audience concerns for the superintendent.
And as support continues to grow for Daisha Hargrave,
If that had been a male, would he have been handcuffed and ordered out?
KATC Investigates uncovers the arresting officer's history with excessive force. Continuing team coverage right now on KATC.
Live from the KATC TV3 studios, this is Acadiana's news channel at 5.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Marcel Fontenot.
And I'm Jim Hummel. For the first time since her controversial arrest, we are hearing from Vermilion Parish teacher Daisha Hargrave.
I'm appalled at this, and you should be too.
Daisha Hargrave addressing her arrest at Monday night's Vermilion Parish School Board meeting on the Louisiana Association of Educators Facebook page.
By silencing my voice, they've also taken away or tried to take away my First Amendment rights.
Hargrave says she has returned to the classroom at Rene Rost Middle School.
I saw my children's faces, and they had so much care and so much love and so much gratitude for what I did, and so did their parents. And I'd like to thank my community, my students, my fellow coworkers and educators.
And now, as her story continues to make international headlines, she's hoping her story will inspire a movement.
I'm hoping that you choose to speak out after seeing what happened to me, and you don't let it become an intimidation to you. You let it be your strength, because it's slowly becoming mine. So please don't let the conversation end with me.
And we are also hearing from Vermilion Parish School Superintendent Jerome Pio, who is continuing to stand by Hargrave's arrest.
Now, the prosecutor has said Daisha Hargrave will not face any charges. This all happened after she spoke up at Monday night's board meeting, raising concerns about the superintendent's new contract, which included a $30,000 raise. Justice Henderson continues our team coverage in Abbeville, where for the first time, Pio is talking about what happened in the boardroom that night. Justice.
Marcel, I sat down with Superintendent Jerome Pio today, and he tells me that Daisha Hargrave was out of order, and he says his family and staff members are now getting death threats. He says what took place at Monday's meeting was absolutely justified. Pio says much like a courtroom, if a bailiff sees someone out of order, he knows what to do without being prompted. Pio said Daisha was asked to stop speaking several times, and when someone doesn't follow order, proper steps must be taken.
Our people know what to do, and when it happened, that person, that marshal, acted in what we asked him to do. Keep a certain decorum. If someone's unruly, or if something is happening where you can hear the gavel hit multiple times, he asked the person to leave, and that is very specific, and you can see that in the video.
The superintendent also talked about the solidarity that teachers are planning to show tomorrow, standing behind Daisha Hargrave. And at 6 o'clock, he'll tell us why he says he stands in support of that. In Abbeville, Justice Henderson, KATC TV3.
KATC Investigates also learned more about the deputy marshal involved, including that he had previously been sued for alleged excessive force. Our Abby Breitenbach live in the newsroom. And Abby, what more do we find out?
We uncovered a federal lawsuit that shows while the deputy marshal worked as a Scott police officer in 2011, he and a fellow officer were accused of shoving a 62-year-old man against a building, slamming his head on concrete, and breaking his rib. The man was telling police they were enforcing city-ordered grass maintenance on the wrong property. About a month after that incident, the now deputy marshal was fired from the Scott Police Department. Records show they settled the lawsuit in 2016. Live in the newsroom, Abby Breitenbach, KATC TV3.
And in the aftermath of Hargrave's arrest, some are raising concerns about the treatment of women. Kendria LaFleur is live here in studio with that part of the story tonight. Kendria.
Jim, amid a national women's movement, some are looking at this case very closely and posing a question: would there have been a different outcome if it were a man?
Stop resisting.
I am not. You just pushed me to the floor.
Moments after Daisha Hargrave's arrest, the issue was raised.
The way that females are treated in Vermilion Parish. I have never seen a man removed from this room.
And not just locally.
She wasn't being violent. She wasn't lashing out at anybody. And they did that because she's a woman.
Now some online are pointing to this recent video of a Vermilion Parish School Board meeting.
It didn't matter if it was from
An impassioned plea from the son of a former school board member addressing the board.
3 months. You cannot give my father 3 months of happiness.
Noticeably, no marshal, but board president Tony Fontana, who stands by the arrest of Hargrave, says gender isn't the issue.
The board member on the other side forgot that we banned the husband of one of the board members from coming back on board property because of acting out in an incident. We couldn't ban the board member, but we banned the husband who was involved in it. So all this stuff about this is a woman's issue is BS.
But on the topic of gender, Fontana is now facing even more criticism over this interview concerning Hargrave's arrest.
Everybody wants to side on Peck. Oh, the poor little woman, she got thrown out. Well, she made a choice. She could have walked out, and nothing would have happened.
This didn't have to happen to this little woman, as he calls her, but her name is Daisha Hargrave.
We reached out to Fontana about those comments. He says he's no longer doing interviews because of death threats. Live in the studio, Kendria LaFleur, KATC TV3.
Tomorrow, educators in Vermilion Parish will be wearing black at a Teacher Voice rally in support of Daisha Hargrave. The rally, put on by the Louisiana and Vermilion Associations of Educators, will be held at 3:45 at Magdalene Square in Abbeville. For our